Yeah.
Cynthia Bond is with us. She has his book. Is selling outrageous numbers.
Ruby,
and,
yeah.
Because Oprah spoke about it. As a matter of fact, let's watch the Oprah clip and then we'll talk about everything. Okay, here's Oprah.
I got to say, I never read a book like it before. To say that it is deep or profound, it doesn't even really begin to describe it because you're gonna feel it here. At times, I couldn't turn the pages fast enough. Other times, it's like, whoa, got to take a break from this. And it's her first book. Can you believe that? You won't believe it, but I promise you, it's a beautiful read.
And
Cynthia Bond.
and they flew off the shelves after
Yes.
that. The book is called Ruby, New York Times bestseller now, and the hardback was a bestseller, paperback, all of that. With all of that, first of all, it's nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
So you go on the book tour, and you put on the high heels, and you don't wear high heels.
I don't really wear high heels, but Ruby wears high heels. So I thought, I'm going to go buy all of these amazing high heels. So I bought the shoes, I put them on, they were fabulous. And I'm not used to walking in them, so I tripped.
Of course.
And I tore a ligament and a
course.
tendon. And so now I'm usually wearing a boot.
Well, you walked in here, I thought you were going skiing. You looked like you had a ski boot on, but just before we come on there, you take it off and you put the
Thanks
nice
for
shoes
getting
I
all
know,
dressy
well,
for
I
us.
thought, I
all
would
right,
do the
okay.
shoe, but yes.
I want to go back, Cynthia, and I'm 100 pages into it, and time got away, and I could not finish it. I want to know all the details from you now. I know I can't because I got to finish. What was it like when Oprah called you and said, so your book, I'd like to make it my book club
Okay,
choice.
first of all, I had been teaching. I was teaching at a writers' conference, and I was just talking to everybody and saying, okay, you've got to follow your passion. You really need to work on your books and finish them. And so I came out, and my phone rang, and it was like, hello, Cynthia. I'm like, yes. And she was, this is Oprah.
More excited about
And literally,
Did you say Oprah who?
I know. I screamed. I just screamed in the middle of this conference. Everyone turned and looked at me like I was slightly crazy, but I was just amazed. And then when she told me I was going to be the book club selection, I couldn't believe it.
Well,
I was so happy.
it is so hard to put down. It's a love story. It's a ghost story. It has the racial injustice from the small little black town, all black town in Texas. And it is painful, and it does come from some of your stories, right?
Yeah, I mean, part of it comes from my mother's family, my family. My mom's sister was murdered by the sheriff and the deputies
And
in
you think
that
the
town.
Klan
By
was
the
involved?
Klan, yeah. He was a Klan member, and she was involved with a white man, and they didn't like that. He was showing her some degree of respect, and she was taken out and shot many, many times and killed. She was 18 years old, and that side of the family was very, very light. So she had blue eyes, strawberry blonde hair, and she was
Can you tell
just
about the
murdered.
was your grandfather who just looked like a white guy, and when they would treat him that way, he'd make the point, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was, because he would get on the bus and start heading towards the back, and the bus driver would say, "Oh no, you sit up front," and he'd say, "No, sir, I'm colored," and he would go and sit on the back of the bus. Nobody knew. He looked, and my mom was teased a lot when she was a little girl, and they said, "Your daddy looks like an old white man." But he had blue eyes, he had strawberry blonde hair as well, and he could have passed, but
He chose not to.
he was
Even though many
clear.
members of your family went north and did pass.
They did.
Yeah.
Now, the book is fiction, but I think you pour a lot of yourself into it, and has it been healing, I guess, for you? I would say, because I know there's the talk, there's the abuse in there, which is something you went through as a child.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think that working on this, one of the things I really wanted to show is that it's not so much a story of abuse, but it's a story of survival and being victorious. It's really a story of overcoming. And so, as a writer, when I was working on it, that's where it led me as well. That was my journey as well as Ruby's journey.
Use the word journey. It was 900 pages.
It was 900 pages, yeah.
So you can't do a first book 900 pages.
This is not. This is 3.
So it's a trilogy now. It's a trilogy.
Yeah, my
okay.
mom, who's read every page, said, this is 3 books the whole time I was
Yeah.
working on it.
And Oprah's going to make it a movie, right?
Well, we hope, we hope, we
What a
hope.
pleasure to meet you,
Thank
Cynthia.
you
Thank you for
so
coming in.
much for
Cynthia
having
Bond.
me.
Ruby will hit the New York Times bestseller list at number 7 on Sunday, March 1st. That's also the day she'll be at the Los Angeles LGBT Center for talk about the book and signed copies. That starts at 7 o'clock. Ruby is out in paperback now, and I recommend the horror movie you made. What was it called?
The what?
The horror movie.
Oh my God! Don't. We're going to not mention
Okay,
that.
we won't mention it.
Just not.
But it had a
mention
good cast.
It did have a great
Okay,
cast.
all right.
And,
We're not mentioning it.
We're not mentioning
Don't
it.
IMDb it, whatever
Yeah.
you do.
Your co-star